Um, I am not in the cut Kenny camp.
Hmm.
I don't think he's been given the proper chance. I was definitely not one of those people who was wanting to play him right away in
Hmm.
his rookie year. But at a certain point in the season, um, I feel like he had, there was room for it to happen. And they even they signed him to a two-way, whatever they did, and then they didn't ever use him. Um, or they
Yeah.
brought him up for the hustle, and then they just left him on the bench, and it just didn't make any sense to me. And in the minutes that he has had, he's done what you want him to do, and I feel like there are other cuts that should be made before they should try to move on from Kenny Lofton. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with you. I had kind of mixed feelings about Lofton Jr., but
Hmm.
um, but from the uh, things that I saw last season, and also these last two games he was playing, and I think um, he was playing well, and I agree with you. If we have to cut someone, shouldn't be um, Junior the first option by any means. And and since we are talking about players we uh, recently draft, what's your take on Zaire this year?
Hmm. Hmm. I have
Hello?
complicated feelings about it because uh he showed flashes, that he was going to make a leap this season. And I don't know if it's because they're so completely, they're down bodies. Again, they're putting people in positions where they're having to do things they
Hmm.
shouldn't have to do. Is it too much pressure? You know, in the preseason they thought they were going to have Steven Adams and okay, Jaw would be out for 25 games. That was the known thing, and then Steven is listed as out for the season, and that's a change, and things changed, as far as how the team is going to be constructed on the floor to play games. And does he then retreat in a way, and not make the leap, as opposed to a
Hmm.
small leap or whatever, because of the trouble that the team is in at the moment.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's I'm sorry to interrupt you.
no,
um
no.
I think that one also has to always consider that for these young guys like Zaire, like Lofton, like Roddy, um, it's one thing to get into a team like, for instance, last year when everything was going was going fine, or to get into a team um, with the way things are going right now.
Mhm.
It's a completely different situation, and of course, it may also be the time to step up, but easier said than done. Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, maybe if you were a different kind of person or player, then this would be kind of a diamond from a presser situation. But he doesn't seem to be that kind of person or player where, um, the more pressure you put, the better they perform. And that's no knock on him. I mean, that's
Yeah,
not everybody at all, so
yeah, because
so yeah.
it was, I think the thing that I about Zaire is the
Mhm.
impression I have. It's not about the game in itself. I think his main issue is like the mindset. I
Mhm.
um, it kind of seems too fragile psychologically in a lot of moments.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I get from him. Um, but um, so in the beginning, you were saying that you were hoping that we are not digging um, a very deep hole in these 25 games before that. Um, what do you think that our record, the minimum it should be? Because when Ja gets back, because I was doing some math today, and
Mhm.
when Ja comes back, we have 57 games to be played, and if we were to keep an, just like 60% win with Ja back, to still be able to go to play in or playoff, we probably would have to have like 10 wins until Ja comes back, and we're 9 wins away. So, what do you expect? I'm not going to ask what do you wish because that would be 18-7, I believe. But what do you expect the record to be when the 25 game suspension of Jamara is over?
Well, we were already saying this in the last podcast. It to me does not bode well. If we get 8 wins, before Jaw comes back, I would, I would have to be okay with that because I'm not even sure you can expect that with the schedule that we have coming up. You
Yeah.
know, do we see 7 wins in that schedule? I'm not sure that we do. Uh, but to go down 10 more games would just be, I don't know if it's insurmountable, but I don't think that I'm not saying the season is lost in these first 25 games. Um,
Hmm.
but it would be quite difficult to come back from. So yeah.
Well,
Uh,
it's a very long season, and 57 games is a lot of games. Of course,
you can't win them
uh,
all. You know?
yeah, that's the problem there. Um, and but okay, you said like 8 games, so
Yeah, so
that
8
would
and
be
17.
means
Horrible. I
okay.
can't even believe I'm saying that.
Yeah, that could do. Yeah, that could be possible. Of course, that we are that. What do you think that will? How do you envision Jai returning and the effect on the team? Do you like envision like, of course, that we're gonna have more points, more assists, more everything that we will bring, but do you envision like keep lifting up the team, or do you envision like mm, something not so good? What do you envision?
Um, I would hope for a seamless, back to the fold, kind of comeback. But considering the way that things have happened, like you and I both thought that Marcus Smart would be a good fit, that he would just be like come right in and fit right in and things would just flow,
Mm-hmm.
but they haven't, and uh the role players, the bench, also no flow, although they were better than the starters last night. And I guess that's going to happen. But if we're still as clunky and disconnected by the time he comes back, I just don't see how he can just come in and miraculously things will start flowing better and oh, all the energy is going to be great. Like because these 25 games without him are going to wear on the rest of the team.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't get it together, then I'm not sure they'll be able to integrate him smoothly when he comes back, and that might be an issue too.
Yeah, and you're talking about again about the chemistry in the team. How much do you think that is the lack of chemistry that is doing this this very poor streak, and also on the other hand, how much the poor streak affects the chemistry?
You're right, it goes hand in hand, you know. But at the same time, there is no denying that the chemistry is off, you know, regardless. Um, but no, having, you know, lost as many games as we have does not help at all. Uh, so I just don't know if they're doing enough in the off season
Mm-hmm.
um, to make, you know, coming into a new season with new players and new coaches, you know, things like that to make it feel good and natural. You know, it seems, I mean, I guess this is just normal, but like a lot of the off season just seems like do whatever until training camp, and then training camp's only like 2 weeks. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I, I just I think they would need more time together in the off season, and I'm not talking about like playing dodgeball and singing kumbaya. I'm talking about like, you know, practicing game situations, you know, um, getting to know each other, getting to know each other's playing styles, um, you know, that kind of thing. If you have an established roster that knows each other, um, knows how you play, knows how y'all play together, um, then you can do the off season in a kind of you do you thing, you know, not we do us. But they don't have
Mm-hmm.
that, you know. They don't have that. So I feel like the preparedness is lacking. So the communication is off. So the chemistry is off. So the losses come and that makes everything worse, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I do. I really do. And do you see a way changing this season? Can you see that? Do you like, for instance, well, do you see a way it can change this season?
I'm not sure that I do. I'm not a pessimist. I really am not. And of course I want it to happen because that means that we'll start winning games. If
Mm-hmm.
you know we're communicating and trusting each other and playing together, then we'll start winning games. I just mm, I'm not sure how it would change. You know, how the change would be brought about, like by what means.
Yeah, yeah. Because I got the same feeling as you did. Because we were 0 for 6, and then we got the win in Portland. And I was thinking to myself yesterday before the game that it was very important to win that game. It was
Mm,
very important so that it could build up some confidence, some energy, something good going on. Because I had the feeling, and in a normal situation, that would not be the case because we've been through losing streaks. Even the last season, we've been like 9 or 10 game losing streak, but you never felt like things were um, disconnected, as you said.
right, right.
and and so I was uh, um, I caught myself yesterday thinking that it was so important to win the game yesterday because that would make two wins in a row, and that could start like ignite a new energy. It could also put some. uh, calm down a little bit the anxiety of being on losing so many games. And on the other hand, I felt like if we were to lose as we did, then it would kind of like um it would be like the feeling that well, okay, we won in Portland, but kind uh, kind of it was like not it just happened that we won. You understand what I'm trying to say? Just
Yeah.
it was not even yeah, we won because eventually we're not going to be 25, right? So eventually uh, at some point you were going to win some game. And yeah, I'm getting um, your thoughts in here, and I think that we're thinking a lot alike. That the thing is like lack of confidence. Like
Mhm.
I told this before. In the beginning, I think. Like um, I saw the team last year. Now I'm thinking about last year, and no matter what, no matter the circumstances, you always felt like the Grizzlies would always be able to surpass or outcome whatever difficulties that they could face. And now it seems like it's a whole different team, and it's not. Okay, some players went out, some are injured, other players came in, but as for now, and I hope it's just as for now, um, it doesn't seem that way. It seems like the precise opposite. Like the feeling I get is any even any adversity or difficulty that we can find that it probably could knock us down at this moment, and I want to emphasize this at this moment because um, I don't think by any means that the season is lost. If I did, I wouldn't be up till 4 in the morning watching games. But
Oh my God, absolutely. Salute to you for that, because I mean that's why I respect international fans so much because that takes dedication. I mean, it's
yeah,
just I love
um, but let's hope that more beautiful dawns will be on the way.
it.
And Rebecca, another thing. Now, tomorrow we're gonna play the Jazz, and on Sunday we're gonna play the Clippers, and then I don't know if it's Tuesday or Wednesday. We're gonna play the Lakers. How do you see this?
Well, I was feeling pretty good about tomorrow night, but then I saw the roster for the Hustle game also tomorrow night, and at the very top of the roster list was Jacob Gilliard.
Really?
So
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we're going to be playing without a true point guard, and that has not worked out so well for us. Um, Again, putting players out of position and out of their zone of comfortability. Um, I'm not saying like Jacob Gilliard is a savior, but damn it, he's the second best point guard on this team at the time, and
Yeah. Yeah.
now we're not going to have him. Okay, so that's not good. And then they play again on Saturday, and so if he plays both games and then he played last night too, that's a lot. Is he going to play Sunday? Probably not. Um, for the Grizzlies, right? That's the next. It's